friends, I just want to put a little quick advertisement at the beginning of this video. I have just recorded this incredibly awesome course. It's a one video course with a 22-page worksheet, and I'm going to put the course out I don't know, sometime in the next week. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that it's coming, and it's how to uncover aspects of the shadow side of your personality so that you can bring them to light and then heal them. And I wanted to release this now because it's an incredibly awesome time in these energies to do so. So look for that coming in the future. Oh my goodness, do you guys feel amazing? Because I feel amazing. And I feel so amazing I might restart putting these on my blog. Anyway, I have so much to share with you, and my plan is to do 2 videos today because I want to address the energies and I want to address these up and down lines. Now, I did put a chart out on Twitter with a lot of information, and I'll put the link below. So if you want to download a copy of these charts, there's 4 of them, or if you want to be able to take the time to read my comments, then you could just go to Twitter. You don't need to be a member to be able to access the information. Also, if you could please like the video, subscribe, click the notifications bell. When you engage with my video that way, it does 2 things. First, it helps the AI. It tells the AI to share my work with more people, and I'd love for more people to be able to see what I'm working on. And the other thing is that it actually increases what YouTube pays me. So it's a way to pay me without having to do more than push a computer button. So thank you so much for the sharing that you guys are doing of my work, and for the subscribing and clicking notifications and likes. I really, really, really appreciate it. I thank you very much. Okay, let's do a quick chart summary of the key changes, and then I will talk about the chart energy. One of the key changes in the chart that I want to point out, because I didn't mention it on the last video, was this line at 24 hertz. And it's interesting because previously the line, this green line that had been for weeks since December 7th, previously it was up at 20 hertz. And now it's really interesting to me that it did a shift. Previously it started out as jewel tones, and now it's turned into a green line. It went straight through here, and it looks like it's even visible sort of behind the tech effect here. And the line at 20 hertz pops up with the tech effect. That's kind of interesting. I guess I should have turned notifications off before I started recording. Okay, now the new stuff on the chart is also this. I just didn't talk about this as much on the last video, but there's these elements vertically and horizontally that have lit up, and not just in the lower hertz in the chart, but at the mid range. This is at about 13 hertz. I showed that on my last video, that this is obviously at 13 hertz. It's interesting that this square here occurred at the same hertz and a very similar shape to the quote-unquote chip that I described that appeared to show in the chart the day before. So it looks to me like that's being transmuted here. Well, whoops. I want to just talk about the changes and not go into energy yet. The other detail that I wanted to add here is because people were asking about when the time of this wave occurred in the United States. And it's a challenge because you have to actually convert not just the day, not just the hours, but the day. So this wave occurred Thursday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, let me also do some other conversions for you. The tech effect here that started here in the chart, that's the other new thing that came up. This started at 20 hours on the chart, and this is equal to 10 p.m. Eastern Time the day before. So the tech effect started on Saturday at at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was 10 p.m. on the chart, so it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So 10 a.m. New York City time. That's when this tech effect occurred, and as of the recording, it's still going on. Now, the very interesting thing is that there was a geomagnetic disturbance occurred that started exactly at the same time. So I will talk about that in my next video, where I will just address the tech effect, because I want to address that in a video on its own. Okay, now let's talk about the energies here. What I want to do is discuss the incredible energies available to us right now, and I don't want to get distracted by this tech effect, okay? And the reason why is because there's huge energies available for your transformation, for your personal growth, for your getting creative stuff done, for your life. And, you know, it's easy to get distracted by stuff that in the moment doesn't matter. And the fact is cracking the code of this is not going to be something we're going to solve today or tomorrow. But what is available today and tomorrow is the effects of this, okay, on our human person, on our human personality, and the access that it gives us to incredible energies. I mean, okay, does anyone else feel drunk and high? Okay, in a good way, like where it's positive for your body? Because I swear to you, I was like, okay, now I'm in the chart energy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the chart energy. And I feel literally so high spiritually. I'm just walking around. I feel so good. I feel so much like ability to be good to myself right now in ways that, you know, the voice of criticism is not there right now, and which I often have to consciously do processes around that, and that's just a thing for me. For you it might be something else, but I feel so good. I feel so good physically. And the other thing that this wave has done, okay, so I literally worked for hours on Thursday when it started. I worked from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. the next day. Okay, so I went a little overboard there, but basically, and I did take breaks, okay, I did take breaks here and there, but the fact of the matter is, it took me all day Friday and then Saturday to recover, because my physical body couldn't keep up with what the energy of my spirit wants to do. I want to make videos, and I want to create all this content. I want to just do all this stuff in my home, and I literally feel like I have the energy of 10 people. But all of whom are different aspects of me. Okay, so there's no one else here. It's just me and my soul, but she is like pouring into me in such a hugely supportive way. And the other thing that this has done is this morning I was able to see and clear negative energies, okay, that have been with me basically back through childhood. And just a huge light got, you know, what happened was I was doing a similar activity to something I did in childhood, and suddenly I felt this presence that was off, okay? And when I brought the light of my consciousness to it, I saw these, in my case, it was two kind of entities, but two energies, okay, that were negative to me, that were parasitic, okay? There were parasitic attachments, or when I get into that zone, they have access to me, or whatever it happened to be, okay? But guess what? They are gone now, because once I saw them, I was able to, you know, call in my team and Archangel Michael, because I work with him on this, and he is available to anyone listening. He's available to all of humanity as your brother, your friend, Saint Michael, however you wish to, you know, however you engage with him. But for me, what I ask him to do as the Archangel of expressing divine will and protection, security, and that kind of stuff, this beautiful blue here is his color, actually. So I just ask him and his angelic team, you know, his legions, to wrap these entities in the angels have a light, a way of wrapping them, so that it's in all layers of dimension, reality, experience, time, genetics, dimensions, realities, dimension and non-dimensional, this universe and any other, basically in any possible way in which that affects me, not in my highest good, I choose to take away permission for that to be in my field. Bye-bye. So they wrap them and take them to their place of highest good, or in the case of these entities, they were basically crushed and the soul essence removed. Okay, so whatever was the God force in them, Archangel Michael changed the form of that being to free the God source, okay, and return it back to wherever it is its place of highest good. I don't know. That's not mine to know. Okay, that's in the big phone book of what happens in the universe. That page I don't have access to. So, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes stuff is at the end of its life. Okay, and so the angels will work with it, and basically that entity may perish. But if it's in alignment with its own highest good, not my highest good, but its highest good and its soul path, then that's what happens. So anyway, I bless it all, and I bless myself. I'm so grateful that I was able to clear that. And then my spiritual experience just increased, even more. And what happens is you find that if you're a person that does personal growth work, or in whatever way that you do it, I do a lot in energy, but you might do it in many other ways. And what you'll find is that there's just layer and layer and layer, right, of learning, of discovering, of, becoming closer and closer into alignment with your own soul's perfection expressed through your physical form and your energy field, and closer and closer into alignment with the pure integrity that I wish to express in the world. Okay, and in every moment I only know what I know. I'm at where I'm at, doing the best I can as a human being, as a human soul. And I think that that's what this is basically here. Okay, the process that I just described. Okay, you go through one evolution, one turn, the next turn, the next turn, the next turn, the next turn, and in each expression of our being, in each moment, we have the ability to make new choices, to shift and change, to be the love that we are. Look at this little guy hiding here, right? What is that? It could be life anew, okay? Because doesn't it look like a little baby? It looks like a little baby person just walking through the chart. Maybe it's the inner child, and if so, it looks like it's just surrounded in this green, and that it's cozy. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. What is it for you? What is it for you? Now let's look here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, see, that's where the chip was. And to me, it's like it's lit up. And I showed in this video how it was about at 13 to 14, right there. And it's so interesting because these crosses, 2 of which were upright and doubled, and 1 of which was reversed. I don't see a reverse chart in a reverse cross, in today's chart. Isn't that fascinating? Okay, I'm going to watch the time here because I have a lot of videos out, and I know some of you are catching up, and I don't want to put too much on you right now. All right, the other thing that I want to look at here is this energy. Okay, and this looked to me like, now when there are chakras in the chart, this would be at about the level of the throat chakra. And it looked to me like something blocking the throat chakra, and that's a parasitic entity. Okay, so there's a parasitic entity trying to speak from someone's, let me just clear that your from someone's throat chakra. And in fact, it looked to me like an insertion point here, like there's an attempted insertion, because you know why? It looks a lot like the karyotype and mind control insertions that I talked about a lot at this time of year in 2020. So I have videos on that. If you go back, you'll see mind control in the title of some of my videos, and karyotype. And some of these images here are similar to the mind control images, except that now they are green instead of being filled with patterns of information. And with the exception of this here, and this here, and this looks like it's part of the vertical line. Okay, so what I had said at that time was that it was like there were hieroglyphs that were being attempted to be downloaded into our human systems, okay? And it looks like, friends, that's not working, okay? Look, they've all turned to green now, almost a year later, okay? And what if we got left this? Now, let me give you an alternative read on this, because in an environment of duality, of energy of duality, this could be a parasite attempting to speak through us, or, ta-da, it could be us saying no to that. Okay, just like how I cleared those parasitical elements that I just described. Okay, I saw them. Actually, this is actually kind of cool, because this is just, I saw them, I cleared them, and I said no. And then what happened? I was able to speak from my passion. Now I'm making a video in perfect alignment with my soul path, my soul energies, what I wish to express as a soul in this world. So this could then be speaking from your passion. Isn't that cool? And of course, that would be connected through the heart and the soul, which would come from the next chakra, the fourth chakra, which would be about here. And we don't see that in the chart, but we know that it's possible. Okay, but we see, what I see here in the chart is the transformation, that the mind control isn't working, that whatever's being attempted to be downloaded from quote-unquote alien sources, I like to use that for sources that really aren't in alignment with the pure human soul and the human soul wishing to express in alignment with what it is. It doesn't matter if that's other human beings or agendas or whatever. I don't care what those are, because once I choose to align with my own soul energies, then that's what the priority is in my energy field. That's what my human system creates, and what is created for me from the outside world. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters, right? But soul, but the human that I am, but what I wish to create and live in this world. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you matter. Okay, and let me just finish up this energy discussion by showing you how much you matter. I talked yesterday in the video about what created this light wave, okay? And now what I want to show you is this. And I talked about it in the video, but now I want to really, really be clear on this, okay? Before the light wave, there was this glow, okay? And I talked about the 4 initiation points. Maybe, I think there were 5, including this glow. But what I want to tell you is this. Look at where the glow is here in the chart. Now, the range of hertz of the Schumann resonances are the same range as the human brain waves. And this right here at about 3 to 4 hertz is in the delta. Okay, so that's in our subconscious or even unconscious. But what I want to show you is that from deep within us, okay, there was a burst of awakening. That's what I want to share with you. And what my guidance tells me is that this burst is at the center, okay, of this explosion of light that happens in the human consciousness from right where the unconscious meets the subconscious, okay? It comes from within us. And you can see here, do you see how the burst goes from the center out to the left? Okay, it doesn't initiate here at the left side of this line. It initiates here. So I've said this before, but time doesn't matter in terms of the images of the charts. Are disconnected from time. And I explained that in the beginner's playlist in the video about how the wave developed, okay? And so what you see is that the light then extends down to here, okay? Down into our subconscious, and then this right here is the line between our subconscious and our alpha waves, right at 7.83 here. So you can see it extends into here. Okay? But what happens? We suddenly get a burst of awakening here at 13. And we get this burst of awakening. And we get this burst. And then the wave. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. That you created the wave. You, humanity, you created the wave. It came from your subconscious. It came from your desire that you didn't even know you had of awakening.